you feel that, though, are there any downsides to Tundra? Because we've praised them so much of the ceilings that they can hit, everything that we feel are expectations for them. But is there something in Tundra where it feels so glaringly obvious?
Yeah, the one thing is, of course, will always be Pure. I feel like his TI performance wasn't that strong. His group stage at Blast was relatively good, but I think him individually, he's a little bit more volatile compared to the other players on the roster. So if he's having a good game, having a bad game, I think as long as Tundra can stabilize elsewhere, they'll be able to fix it. But I think Pure post-TI still needs a couple more tournaments to kind of get over that, just how much pressure was applied to him, especially, through, BB's performance.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a really interesting dynamic between him and Netta. Netta is sort of this like rock, ultra stable, like play for economy, and Pure is kind of like crazy man. Sometimes he dies a million times in lane. Sometimes he goes super aggressive. He has some, weird hipster picks sometimes. He's very much a wild card player, and so I think that combination is very interesting to watch, but also sort of adds to that unpredictability we've talked about, where it's like, it's very difficult to gauge this Tundra team because they haven't played that much recently, and they also have that unpredictability.
How much of that unpredictability could potentially be chalked up to the heroes they're also picking? Do you feel like that they've formed that identity? Because whilst Moon has stayed their coach, the players coming in and out, where does that sit for drafting and preparation?
Yeah, so we mentioned that we don't have that much data on them, but I mean, here are the most successful heroes and most played heroes recently, the last few months. And there are some unique heroes here that you don't see other teams playing. Like, for example, the Bat Rider. They also play Kiss a lot, and 33 still likes his axe with different varied item builds, right? And you also see the Ari Bounty Hunter quite a lot. So there are some heroes here that we might expect them to play today, but I mean, again, we haven't seen them for a little bit, so it's uncertain, but this is at least some of their bread and butter from the last few months.
But all of those heroes thrive after a good laning phase, right? Like if you have a good lane on a Bane, a Bat, Axe, you take over the enemy map, you're running around, you're being annoying. So critically for Mouse, you cannot have a bad laning phase against Tundra. The stats reflect that they will break a game very quickly. And Mouse yesterday, their lanes weren't very strong, right? They had to play for some comeback. It wasn't a key aspect of their winning moments. So I feel like there is maybe a small mismatch in Tundra's excellence of laning phase versus Mouse often needing a bit more time to kind of understand the game outside of that one vendor game, of course.
I was going to say, we say that, but we did also see them have a fantastic comeback game yesterday. They were able to get that game #1 for themselves, and that brings me great joy because the fact that we're going to get to see Mouse again today.
With 2 late-game victories over Spirit, Mouse have proven they're a multi-dimensional threat. Early game, late game, drafting, and to top it off, they can come up clutch.
Got him now. Chrysalis 1v2, now a 2v2, and it pays dearly for Team Spirit as a rampage for mid-1 on the main stage.
But in order to claim the trophy, Mouse will have to face off against one legacy team after another. But cast aside your doubts, because Mouse have come to disrupt the status quo.
Well, with Mouse, we're talking about it. Beat Spirit. How are you going to be coming in today? Tundra, a team that loves the grand finals of a Blast Slam here. It feels like there is an extra layer on top for them, but their offlaner is having an extra layer on top as well.